there any questions, though? Like, prepared?
I'm joined here with Jimmy and, of course, the Waves.
Hello.
Together they are Jimmy and the Waves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
Good afternoon, Jake.
And they're back. They're back.
Back on YouTube. We're back on the scene, making more music, more missiles.
So just
Fewer missiles.
what's the message
I think
behind your song?
I think the main message is just to convey the idea of Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion, and really get into the minds. Nothing to do with Palestine. Just get into the minds of the listeners, get them to enjoy, but also to promote.
Is this about Palestine?
Well, we're not allowed to talk about that at the moment.
Discuss it.
Yeah, those are the days of the past, and they're behind us now. And we'd like to move forward into the future, not into the past.
As you tend to. Right. So I hear you've got 2 new songs out.
Yeah. One of them is a song that we've done before, which is a great hit, and it's called Renaissance JimmyWave Duality. And then another is discussing the issues we found with some videos on YouTube, named Jimmy and His Waves.
Yeah.
So that one's called Jimmy and His Waves, Wave No More.
Yeah.
And can you explain where did the name Jimmy and the Waves come from?
Well, my name is Jimmy, and the Waves, his name's the Waves, so
it just fell together nicely, did it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We thought it sounded like an Indo band, and then we thought, should we do some jazz? And it kind of grew from there.
Jazz pop. And then we've got a friend who introduced us to the hip hop scene, and we thought, why not make it hip hop pop and then fuse it with the Indo jazz, and
no one likes hip
hop fusion, you know? Yeah. I mean, why would you play music that wasn't popular?
And so what are you trying to convey with the song Renaissance?
Well, it's really about the rebirth of Jimmy and the Waves after the previous issues we had with YouTube, the High Council of YouTube. They believe that our previous song or songs were perhaps too radical for the young listeners, and so have encouraged us to write about slightly softer issues. So we thought that, people impersonating other people was kind of acceptable. Hence the song Jimmy and His Waves, Wave No More.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think what most bands do now, they build up a reputation and then start conveying some messages once they have some followers.
Yeah, I thoroughly agree. And also, I think another thing about us coming back, we've come back not so much in the sense of Jimmy and the Waves, more in a Jimmy Wave duality sense, and that's where the part of Renaissance that states Jimmy and the Waves comes together. And I really think that now we're even more in the duality than we were in the previous time, and I think that's a really good, really advantageous way to come forward together with the band. Yeah. And I do really think that does supplement the Indo jazz pop, hip hop pop fusion genre that we're really aiming to succeed. What do you think on that issue, though?
Well, obviously it's hard to break into the Indo jazz hip hop pop scene because, there's so many people trying it these days. It's hard to get a word in edgeways.
It is really popular. In fact, one might even say the Indo jazz pop, hip hop pop fusion scene.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously twice as popular as any other genre of music, as of course it has pop in it twice. Yeah.
So what's different this time, other than your first breakthrough?
We're more together, and we've definitely stopped singing so much about the Palestine.
No anti-Semitism.
We never had anti-Semitism to begin with, just to make that clear, but there continues to be no anti-Semitism. We're completely against propaganda. We really dislike propaganda, and also
we're against that now.
Yes,
So
completely.
So what do you say to anyone thinking to buy or endorse the songs or anything like that? Anything around that area?
Oh, we say thank you.
We think that they are pretty amazing.
Manners are the most important things. Yeah.
Yeah, we would say thank you very much. Please continue to do that, and also, why not branch out and really broaden your views of Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion, and just keep listening, just keep enjoying.
In fact, Jimmy here had a little conversation with his friend John Mayer. About Indo jazz, hip hop, pop fusion. John Mayer still remains undecided. Don't worry, we're working on it with him. Good friend of ours.
Hopefully.
So, are you trying to get any major duets with any celebrities other than John Mayer, of course?
Well, there's a few people we've been looking into, but we're not going to release those names at the moment. We're looking to include some new tracks with the bouzouki, the harp, the flute, maybe. Just to really...
12-ball shotgun. The 12-ball shotgun as well.
Just to really embolden the Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion scene that we are within.
Interesting.
We feel the 12-ball shotgun is a good supplement for the snare drum.
Yeah.
So what made you want to start music and get into this and convey your message to the world and 89 people who have viewed your videos so far at current time?
Speaking from myself, it's quite hard growing up with a name like The Waves. I mean, my parents were waves before me, and there will be waves after me. But, there's a lot of prejudice towards the aquatically named. And so, you've got to do something to just keep you busy from all the tremors and terrors of normal life. And I found music was a good escape for me, especially with Indo jazz hip hop pop fusion, or maybe Indo jazz hip hop pop fusion now.
Well,
it's just kind of something I do to get away from, the stresses of normal life.
Yeah, for me, when I was younger, I always looked up to the great Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusioners of the 20th century, and I thought, you know what? When I'm older, I could be in that scene. I could be one of the Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion scene, and that really motivated me to. That really motivated me to create music, and I feel that the fact that other people will hear my music and think, you know what, that's what I want to do, really motivates me. I think that's one of the main reasons why I continue with the Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion scene. And I know it's not very well heard of at the moment, but I think it's becoming more popular. It's on the rise, and it's a really cool thing to get into before it peaks. Because then after that, the coolness of getting into it is nowhere near as great as the coolness of getting into it before it has peaked. So that's why I strongly suggest that you get into it now. Just indulge yourself in Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion.
Preliminary interest in Indo jazz hip hop pop fusion would be quite a good thing to get into. The stocks are only going to rise. Only increasing.
Yeah.
Indo jazz hip hop pop fusioneers, as they were known, by the way, Jimmy.
So,
Fusers.
How would someone get in contact with Jimmy and the Waves?
Well, there's multiple ways of getting into contact with us. The primary resource, especially we're happy to help out with creation of any Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion tracks that you're coming up with. We're glad to help out. We're really into, forging the new generation and really molding them. And so you can get into contact with us via our YouTube channel, which is a great place to start. It's just /JimmyAndTheWaves, or I know soon we're going to be setting up a Facebook page where you'll be able to find us, Twitter, etc. So there's many resources that you can use to get in contact with Jimmy and the Waves, and I think it would be a good thing to do, especially if you're enjoying the music.
Good.
Interesting.
Yeah, well.
I agree.
So, what new material have you got coming up for us?
Well, I mean, the Waves, would you like to come in on this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've started a song. In fact, we started it a long time ago. It's been kind of a slow process about incidents with a swamp rat. You know, we first started off with some guitar chords, and, you know, as it usually does, it builds from there into basses and other instruments, and hopefully we'll be bringing some lyrics into that soon, so you can expect that within the next 2 weeks, I'd say.
And then also we've had some other good ideas. We're considering re-releasing some of our old songs, obviously not the one involving Palestine.
No, not that one.
But I mean, you know, you can look forward to some really good classics coming up there from the Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion scene.
Such as Hey Jimmy.
Hey Jimmy, Jimmy, which, as everyone knows, 1997 hit.
Yeah. We were quite young then, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
So, before we leave, have you got any messages for the young entrepreneurs wanting to enter this market of talent in the musical field?
Well, I think just get right in there. Get in there as soon as you can. I mean, it's just like a naked woman presenting herself to you. Just get in there and join in.
Or a swamp rat. That's a good analogy there, Jimmy. Thank you. Palestine will be free.
So, can you actually go into any of the details of this Palestine thing? I mean,
look, we'd rather not. Okay.
Okay.
When you're constantly invading us with these questions, and, you know, keeping us restricted in so many barricades, you know, eventually we will get mad, and there will be killings.
And I've got a few more questions for you. You mad, bro?
I so not mad, actually.
No, actually.
Good.
In fact, I spread the love.
Right.
I'm not mad, I spread the love. In fact, I'm mad about people who mad about Jimmy and the Waves, because why are you so mad? We
have a different meaning of the word mad. We're using mad in a positive sense rather than a negative sense.
Yes, if we were mad, we'd be mad as in crazy, as in fanatical about Indo jazz pop, hip hop, pop fusion.
But not so fanatical that we'd start a war or an organization which promotes violence. That's the important thing.
And, sorry, one last question before we leave it there, guys, because I'm going to have to go.
Okay.
The Waves, this one's directed at you. What is your sexuality?
Now, as I previously mentioned in other interviews, it's a don't ask, don't tell scenario regarding my genitals and interests in them. So, I'm afraid I can't answer that question.
I mean, I think anyone who is plural obviously enjoys orgies, or at least threesomes.
Okay, well, that's it for now. We're going to have to go. This has been Jimmy and the Waves. Say goodbye, guys.
Palestine will be free!
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
See you on the flip side.
Oh, yeah.
She loves you.
Yeah.
She loves you.
Yeah.
She loves you.
Yeah.